Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen Egaltuto, Madam CS, and this is The Striker. Stay tuned and have it raw and thrill. The Striker today comes amidst a political fiasco in the country. We have the Gen Z revolution, and the call is reject the Finance Bill 2024. However, despite the fact that the President declined to assent the Finance Bill 2024 into an act last week, still the Gen Z has more grievances that they want the President of the Republic of Kenya, together with other political leaders, to address. Now, so this means that actually it was not all about the finance bill alone. There's a lot that has been going on among the youth of this country, and the finance bill was just but a trigger to all these other things. That is a story for another day. But today, let's talk about the military in our streets in the name of providing security. Now, we all know that the Kenyan government, or the way the Kenyan security force is categorized and it is organized, it is in a way that we have that category of security personnel that takes care of internal matters of this particular country. We also have that category that takes care of external matters in this particular country. Now, the military, the Kenya Defense Forces, the KDF, are supposed actually to protect this country against external aggressors. And that's why when, for example, we talk about Operation Linda Inchi that President Kibaki initiated, and our KDF was sent to Somalia, you know, they were sent to fight an aggressor from, you know, outside the country. They were not deployed in Kenya to take care of the Kenyan gangs, etc. And I'm saying this because we know Kenya as a country has over 324 gangs, you know. But we've never seen the government employ the Kenya Defense Forces, the military, to take care of these gangs. We have Umungiki, we have Chikuru, we have Cheshire Bakazi, we have Gaza, you know, all these groups. But we have never seen the Kenyan government employ the military to take care of these criminals. And I'm talking this because we know that some of these criminals have terrorized the Kenyan citizenry. We saw sometimes back a gang in Nakuru actually terrorizing people, but still we did not see the CS Interior by then and the CS Defense coming together to think of actually releasing any military to the streets in Nakuru to take care of that particular group. The operation secured the north, the in the north lift. The KDF, when we say that the KDF, when the government said that the KDF were going to be deployed to there. Remember, we're talking about bandits. There was an uproar and there was questions around why should the KDF be taken there? Why can't we take just maybe KDF alone and leave the police aside, etc. That tells you one thing. The military in this country, the security system in this country is in a way that each category of the security personnel has a function to do. And that's why you realize, like, the Kenya National Police Service is supposed to take care of, the Kenya police are supposed to take care of internal aggression, you know. This is where we see the GSU is they're supposed to be the body that is supposed to take care of, you know, these riots, you know, these demos, etc. We don't expect to see the KDF on the streets. Now, when we see the KDF on the streets, it raises a lot of questions. Who is the aggressor here? So specifically, the Kenyan government is telling us that the Kenyan citizen is an enemy who ought to be eradicated. That's the thing that is coming here. Where did we take the bodies that are supposed even to govern or to secure the public parastatals and the public institutions? Why should we have the KDF on the streets? Why are we, you know, changing a democratic country into a military state, you know? And I'm asking all these questions because we don't have the KDF in the streets of Nairobi alone. We have KDF in different streets and cities across the 47 counties. So come to think of it, God forbid if today we had an external aggression, is Kenya prepared actually to tackle it with our military men on the streets? You know? And number two, how ironical can it be that we send the Kenya police to Haiti and then we flower our streets with the military? You know? It's ironical that we take the Kenya police to fight gangs in Haiti and then we deploy the Kenyan military to fight protesters. Does this actually make sense military-wise, you know, democratic-wise, you know, operation-wise? Does it actually make sense that we take the police to Haiti and then we deploy and flower the military in the streets and in the country? And then also this raises the question on, you know, the military was deployed on Tuesday, 25th, when actually the protests reached its climax, I can say, in this country, when Parliament was stormed, a section of it set on fire, etc. At this particular time, we know that there was no Parliament all sitting that authorized the deployment of the military to the streets. And this raises the question, under which ground were the military deployed on Tuesday evening to the streets? You know, it is illegal, because even when the court came to say that now, yes, they can be deployed, but we should be able to be given a scope, the areas and the time frame within the next, I don't know, 7 days, it raises the question, on the first instant when they were deployed, which constitutional legal body was actually used to authorize this deployment? And that one raises very serious concerns as far as our Ministry of Defense is concerned, and maybe our ministers and the personnel there, that are we using the military whenever we feel we should use it, or we should use the military when there is need to use it, you know? Because you cannot just wake up one day, deploy the military, and then invite members of Parliament, after you have deployed them, to come and ratify this deployment. I don't think that the law works in reverse that way. The lawyers in the House, you can just let me know. But from where I stand, I don't believe that the law works that way, that you deploy and then you call Parliament to ratify it. No, that brings an aspect of dictatorship kind. And I think when it comes to articulating the issues that are being raised by the Chinese or by the citizenry, because I think this is not a Chinese thing alone. We have the millennials, we have even the X generations, and they are concerned on the direction that the country is taking. I think it's not wise to use the military. Let the military stay in the barracks. We need them. This country has a lot of enemies. We have had Al-Shabaab bombing us back, left and center. We have entered in Haiti. We don't know what already the Haitian gangs led by barbecue can do to this particular country. Already South Sudan doesn't like us so much. The rebels in South Sudan don't like us at all. So you see already, as a country, out of our goodwill, you know, sometimes to help and, you know, to keep the rule of the policy of responsibility to protect, you know, and intervention in other countries, we have been able to make some enemies. We have Al-Shabaab, and if we stretch further to Nigeria, maybe we will have even the Boko Haram, because they share the same roots with Al-Shabaab. And then here we are in Haiti, barbecue is coming in soon, because already has threatened to deal with our police officers. The rebels in South Sudan already don't like us. So we really need the military. We don't need them to come out of the barracks. Let them stay in the barracks. Kindly deflower them from our streets. Recall them. Let them stay in the barracks, because we need them. If this country is, God forbid, it is attacked, we may find ourselves in a very delicate situation, and we will maybe end up being the laughing stock of this particular continent and even the world. So my advice is, can somebody advise the CS Defense, and also somebody advise the president, kindly withdraw the military from the streets. Let our boys remain in the barracks. We need them later on, because there's no aggression in Kenya that calls all warrants the use of the military. Yeah, so that's what I think, and from where I stand, I call upon you, put your comments down below. Do you think that the military, there's a justification good enough to say that the military should be in the Kenyan streets? And do you think that the procedure that was used actually to deploy the military in the streets was warranting? Do you think it was right? Do you think that the situation that was on Tuesday was good enough to deploy the our military men on the streets? Comment in the comment section below. Let me get your views, and keep subscribing, like, and share this particular video. Bye. See you next time.